All of a sudden, everybody is getting along again. It's such an abrupt change, I can't understand it. Is this what family is all about? In any case, the situation has changed dramatically now. I just hope the mysteries of me can be cleared up as quickly as the furrows on the minister's brow. I don't know where Camila is, but at least now the Justice Minister's doubts are dispelled. I think I'll go back to his office where everybody is waiting for the prison van. The minister's family now has their smiles and harmony back, but Camila is still in the hands of the kidnappers. I decided to go back to the Justice Minister's office. Surprisingly, the minister's brow is still just as furrowed as ever. Quite unlike a father who has just learned his daughter is safe, he still seems to be in the depths of despair. The atmosphere in this room is very different now. It seems to have an air of unfocused anxiety. I get the feeling something big is going to happen. I just found out that my daughter is safe. I'd like to express my gratitude. Thank you. Thank you for my daughter's sake, and for mine. No, thank us, Mr. Minister. There was nothing. What did he do? One question. I can't help but notice. Your daughter is safe. And yet, you still look unhappy. Have a little smile for us. Of course, there is still the matter of the other kidnapping victim. But is that really the only thing that troubles you, Mr. Minister? Please let me think in peace until the prison van arrives. Last time we talked to him. I wonder if Lynn is at the park yet. Until we get a report, I guess we'll just have to wait here. This continued distress of the ministers, is there really something more to it? Like the inspector in white said? Hello, Justice Minister. How about you finally admit that I do exist? That thank you I expressed, that was meant for you. You're a ghost, aren't you? And you have the power to control and manipulate people, don't you? No, I don't have that kind of power. I can't control you. But I can control a rat. You've actually known you... Now, okay. You've actually known you, for quite a while now. I had no idea there were the powers of the dead, of ghosts. Known? Known about what? We knew something about the existence of somebody who could control others. A manipulator. What's this? That's why your execution order causing so much anguish, Detective Joad. Mr. Master, why don't you just tell us everything you know? Yes, I suppose I should. You need to hear it all. All about the huge mistake this foolish man made. There are some cases in this country right now that are under a top secret investigation. Of course, you wouldn't have known about them, Detective Joad. Right. They don't share too much top secret information with inmates in prison. There are 3 prisoners, including you, in the special prison you just escaped from. All 3 cases have certain points in common. You do? Do they? Tell us more. The rock singer who leaked national secrets in his lyrics during the TV broadcast. The curry-loving fellow who took the chief commissioner hostage at the Metro Police Department. Neither of these men had a motive for their crime. Both of their crimes were possible. Possible? The curry lover had no way of knowing how to infiltrate the commissioner's office. The rock singer had no way of knowing the national secrets he leaked. The Special Investigation Unit submitted an investigative report to me on them. They concluded that these men's criminal acts were not of their own volition. How can that be? The theory the unit came up with was the existence of a manipulator. A manipulator, huh? That's when the special prison was established as a facility to research that theory. Some unknown power has been at work. In the past several years, Inspector Cabanela has been studying these cases. He has he? Manipulating somebody into committing a criminal act, according to the inspector. The first case of this kind was a locked room murder involving a nation's best executive. Are you trying to say I was manipulated somehow into shooting Alma? I appreciate the theory, but unfortunately, I don't recall being controlled by anybody. It's just not possible to manipulate another's behavior like that. My powers certainly don't work on living creatures, except for that rat. That's what I thought when I first heard the theory too. However, I was seriously mistaken, and it proved to be a big mistake. What? Flip. You mentioned a mistake. Can you tell us about it? I suppose everybody here has the right to know. Alright, fine. I'll speak out loud so that Inspector Cabanela can hear this too. Inspector Cabanela. Ha ha ha. Alright, baby. There's something I'd like the two of you to hear. It's about a mistake I made. Inspector Cabanela, when you first made a report about a manipulator, I'm afraid I didn't believe it at all. Impossible, I thought. Perfectly understandable, Mr. Minister. But I was wrong. That kind of power does exist. And I learned the truth of that firsthand. What's this? A month ago, I signed the order to carry out Detective Jones' execution. However, the act wasn't of my own volition. I was being controlled. What? You never told me about this, Mr. Minister. What's going on? The document? What am I doing? No, I mustn't sign it. It was too late. Well, wait, deliver that document? There's something I don't deliver, and he goes. I could have fought it at least to say, you know, empty in the trash. That's when it started. That's when all my fear, despair, and suffering began. At that time, I didn't even cross my mind that I had been manipulated. My memory of the event was only hazy at best. So the memory to be manipulated doesn't clearly remain, huh? Signing execution orders is part of the Justice Minister's job. At the time, I just thought my psyche was rebelling against the task. But the next day, it dawned on me. I remembered Inspector Caminel's report on the existence of a manipulator. As a Minister of Justice, I couldn't admit what had happened. I only signed the execution order because I was being controlled. Something like that got out, this nation's judicial system would crumble. Besides, I had no evidence to present that I had been controlled. So in the end, I couldn't admit to anybody what had happened. I suppose, but it does sound a bit like an excuse. You should have at least told us, Mr. Minister. Yes, I know. I should have. I was running away from the problem. And then my wife found out I was worried about something. Yeah? Well, if you go around with an expression like that, I guess it's bound to happen. I explained it to her, and she was dead set against the way I was handling it. Go back to Super Saiyan mode again, huh? If you don't withdraw that order and tell everyone the truth immediately, I'm moving out. And then, with the kidnapping tonight, with a thrust under my nose like that, I can no longer deny my mistake. This manipulator comes upon us from somewhere unseen. That's why I've been keeping my distance from everybody. So that's why I've been telling people to stay back. So there's somebody else besides me with the powers of the dead. I'm fine with that. After all, I already knew about a certain death lamp. What I'm not fine with is the fact that the person can control and manipulate living creatures. That's certainly not something I can do. Apparently, different ghosts get different ghost tricks. But I never imagined that tonight I'll find out where this kind of power comes from. Where it comes from? Inspector Cabanela? This manipulator is a ghost, a departed spirit. A spirit? As a matter of fact, there's a ghost talking to us right now. What? What'd you say? Oh, mama. Joel, don't tell me you can hear this ghost too. Now, I'd say the only person who can't hear him is you. Spirit? Ghost? God in heaven. Excuse me, Mr. Minister. I certainly have some urgent business to attend to. I recommend you think long and hard before making your final decision, sir. Inspector. This is Lynn. I'm at the park. We've been waiting to hear from you. Have you found the evidence? Well, the situation here is kind of difficult to explain. Cecil, if you're there, come to the park immediately. Looks like your help is needed, Cecil. Yeah, I guess so, huh? First things last. Never saw that coming. The minister was being controlled, huh? I'm truly sorry, Detective Toad. I have no excuse to offer you. No, maybe it was all for the best. What do you mean? Well, the minister was being controlled, huh? I'm truly sorry, Detective Toad. I have no excuse to offer you. No, maybe it was all for the best. What do you mean? What do you mean? If you have never been manipulated, you never would have believed the power existed. After all, you're a realist, right? This goes to show you, you never know when even the worst things can turn out good. Detective Jode, I don't know what to say. Alright, Cecil, you better go help Lynn. She's a good kid. She's got a habit of taking on other people's problems. Yeah, I know. Let's see, she's in Simsic Park, eh? I knew, actually, right from the beginning. Knew what? That you saved my life. The first time we met today. Oh, that. I talked about that miserable, pathetic, short-sighted, disgraceful man. I knew I was talking about me. I hated who I had become. But he helped me appreciate the truth. I truly understand the wonderful support I've been getting from so many, including that of my loving family. I'm glad to hear that. I'm starting to realize what a lucky man I am. It's all thanks to you. I finally wisened up. Alright, let's see what we got. Back. I wonder why the inspector in white went out running out like that. Come on. But I'm more concerned about Lynn. She looks really upset. We better go see her. Fast. Lynn calls, and I oblige. We take off towards Simsic Park. Whoa. A place where clearly something big has taken place. You nearly dropped the iPad. The manipulator, the person whose very existence sheds new light on everything. Detective Jode's crime, execution orders, and even my own death. Could it be Lynn have been manipulated into shooting me? Sounds like a possible explanation. And that's it for me, people. Hopefully this dinner entertainment was really nice and you liked it. Yes, that's safe. And I'm sure I'll be back with episode, come on, Tony. Chapter 14. There you go. But I'll be back with chapter 14 soon. So, thank you for tuning in and good night, everyone. Bye.